Chapter 5. Pastor David was praying when suddenly there was a rush of wind into the church that whisked him away into the spirit. As his spirit departed from his body, he looked down and saw his body kneeling in the position he was before the Lord in prayer, and then he was out of the church building and could see it until it became very tiny, then out of sight. He continued until his feet suddenly rested on a grass lawn so beautifully manicured in a way he had never seen, ever. While he was admiring the lawn and the beauty of the grass, a voice so loud like thunder and a mighty rushing sound of water called his name. David, you are welcome to my throne. He lifted his eyes and was blinded by the flood of light that greeted him, much stronger than the light of the sun, when it is directly overhead on a sunny day. His knees began to weaken as he approached the light to the point he could not stand on his feet. Then an angel approached him with a golden cup filled with water and asked him to drink so that he could withstand the glory of God. I called you to show you what will befall my people in these last days. The voice continued as he gained strength to walk towards the light. He began to see people looking his way as he walked along beside the angel that gave him the golden cup. He was overwhelmed by the sound of the voice and the attraction of his glory to look around. The hour is close and at hand, and I want to send you to my people to prepare for my coming. He that has an ear must hear, for my time is very much at hand. Immediately he said that. The angel beside him pointed him to a scene beside him and said, Behold, looking that direction, he could see it as clear as with his naked eyes. That area became like a valley. The beauty he admired earlier was no longer there, rather as he looked in. Suddenly he saw Satan and his demons meeting and talking about their plan to stop or delay the coming of the Son of God. As he looked closer, he began to hear what they were planning. One of them, called Nora, was the one who was speaking, and the rest, including Satan, were listening, and when he finished, he saw Satan after a moment of silence rise up with his face to heaven in the direction of the great light, beating his chest, saying after a lengthy laughter of scorn, Have I not said I will ascend to heaven? I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will sit enthroned on the mount of the assembly on the utmost height of the sacred mountains. I will ascend above the top of the clouds. I will make myself like the Most High. Now is the time to prove to heaven, earth, and the seas that I cannot be messed up, he declared, beating his chest with his eyes raised towards heaven. And then smoke engulfed the whole scenario and they all disappeared. Suddenly, he could see the beauty of the grass again. He felt so angry at the pride of Satan that his mind was wondering why on earth he could challenge the Almighty in that manner, when the voice of God said again, That is what I want you to see. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, and they have allowed the world to control them, so that they no longer seek the things above. The cares of this life and the deceitfulness of riches has blinded them. Look at my children that I sent my son to die for. Look at them, he said with a voice that sounded as though was crying, and the angel motioned him again in another direction, and when he looked, he saw many pastors, bishops, some he knew, some he does not, bowing before Satan, and in return, he was giving them money and affluence, and they were using his powers to deceive the saints. At this time it became clear that the Lord was crying, and he did not know when he was moved into crying to the level that he could not control himself, and like a chorus the whole heaven wept. Before that scene cleared, Satan once again boasted, looking to heaven. You see, I have them. Since the days of Judah, I have always had them. And he looked at Pastor David and said, I will see to it that you are destroyed. You are after my kingdom, but you shall not succeed. And his countenance changed to that of a vicious beast, cursing as he disappeared. He looked up again when the green lawn returned with the beauty of heaven to an angry voice of the Almighty. Go, my son, and prepare my people. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every mouth that rise against you in judgment is destroyed already. Go. With the last, go, he voiced, Pastor David was swept by the same wind with the speed of light into his body. Pastor David opened his eyes with tears running down his face as he continued to pray a violent prayer against the forces of darkness.